All right. Warm welcome to Psychasm, first and foremost, excuse me. Eventually got around to making some changes that I'm happy with and uploaded a video to YouTube. I know that you uploaded the track here originally. This is the first track of a series of tracks, all 126 BPM, D sharp. About 70% of all my new material are all resampled Functionloops Psytrance packs. Awesome to hear. I'm glad that you are enjoying our Psytrance packs. Shameless plug, but not shameless. We have a fantastic selection of Psytrance. And even if you aren't in the habit of making Psytrance, you can always reuse those sounds and elements in other tracks. I've seen it done multiple times, and it always sounds great. So all chopped up, resampled, remapped, and so I can play in any key. Fantastic. You gave yourself that creative control. Didn't want to spend any more time tweaking this one and may make some final changes. All right, let's get to the final changes here and crack into it. Psychasm, Reese, Urcher, 126 BPM, D sharp. Good stuff. Good stuff here. Okay. There's a lot to unpack with this one. Uh, so first and foremost, super creative that you took sounds that come from a sample pack or from from a store or available in a bulk, right? And you stripped it down. You essentially made it your own sound again, right? Like you sound your sound selection was more of a creation rather than a drag and drop. And there's nothing wrong with dragging and dropping, right? Like the whole point of a sample pack is for the end user to create with it what they want, right? And whether it's a drag and drop, oh yeah, this sounds good already, let me just add it to uh, to the existing track, or build it from the ground up, which is what you did in this case, which is fantastic. Um, Super creative. It just shows that production process with it. Now, as far as the actual track itself, you set a really great foundation with the intro. You give it time for everything to unpack over the course of the track, which leads to my second point of keeping that attention span of the user, right? I mean, we're talking about an almost 9 minute track. Obviously, the people listening to this in a festival or in that kind of setting, they're not keeping track of the time. They're just there to, soak it all in, enjoy the atmosphere, right? So you do a great job of keeping that atmosphere going and keeping it consistent. There's no really dead spots in the track. It's all super active and alive. And with that said, right, over the course of that kind of minute and a half of the beginning of the track, you slowly start to add elements in. So that bass slowly starts creeping in, right? You could almost go without hearing it. And I love that it has such a natural um, introduction into the track. It's not brash, it's not abrupt. It just, the moment it gets there, you just realize it's there, right? You don't anticipate it or you don't hear it coming. It just slowly makes its approach, which I love. It adds to that feeling of just being in the moment. You're not actively listening to this track. You're just living in that moment, right? Um, each layer that you add to it, I mean, it's subtle. It's seamless. Your sound selection, given what you were working with and stripping everything down to basically bare bones and repitching it, readjusting it, making it whatever key and BPM you want, um, gave it that freedom, that creativity. So by the 2 minute point, that's when the energy starts to kind of pick up more, right? We're kind of teasing what's coming. We have, this kick and bass that we're waiting on, and it doesn't get there until about the 3 minute mark. Then we start getting into that full bodied trance experience, right? Like that's when all the elements have finally, all the major elements, I'll say, have finally got together, and we're driving, we're leading this train, right? We're headed to our destination. Uh, and as the track progresses, right, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minute mark, you get these little notes of ear candy, right? That, well, you'll maybe hear something in the panned to the right ear of someone's headphone or earbud, right? Or you might hear something to the left panned a little, right? It's this idea of just playing with those sounds and giving people just enough to hold on so that they can you keep their attention span, and it keeps going. Really, really like a master class in restraint, because you make every moment count, and you don't leave anything to be desired in this track, right? You have everything you need, and the way that you introduce them is done really, really thoughtfully, and with precision, right? Like you know when you want that element to approach. So yeah, fantastic, fantastic stuff. Your sarcasm. Curious to hear more of your projects, and just kind of see and build that idea of what kind of a production approach you have to things, because as you could probably notice, everyone in this week's submission has such a unique and different approach to producing music, that I'm always interested in seeing how others approach their track. So yeah, fantastic stuff. I hope to hear more from you soon. Appreciate the submission, and yeah, we'll catch you hopefully in the next submission. Thank you.